Welcome. Welcome to Latino Talk TV. I'm your host, Jose Luis Jimenez.
I'm Minerva Perez.
And I am Ben Mendez.
Welcome back to a wonderful new year. You know what? Let's get right into it. Let's talk.
Let's talk about the new year. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to
everybody out there, all of our viewers out there. It's been a good start so far.
Sure has. Can you believe it? We're in 2008 now.
It's amazing.
A lot of things have happened. You know, from our last show to now, there's a lot of things happening. Let's start off with an important one.
Well, the one that everybody's talking about today, not just here in Houston, but the rest of the country, of course, is the Roger Clemens investigation. He has been on the air twice, actually 3 times. I think he was on YouTube first, and he addressed 60 Minutes yesterday. And today he addressed the Houston audience, talking about, well, actually denying that he used any anabolics or any kind of human growth hormone kind of drugs, and it's a really sad situation to watch it unfold.
He's guilty.
I don't think. How can you say that about him?
Yeah.
I mean, here's a man.
I really feel that he's guilty. He just doesn't want to admit it.
I think you're absolutely wrong. Okay, you can't say a man's guilty before he's proven innocent, and there's really no proof that he really did anything. And the fact is, here's a man that has dedicated his life to being a role model, you know, for children across the board. And what are you going to do? You're destroying something, you know.
A 25-year career.
That's correct. But other people that have been in baseball have come out and said they have used steroids. So why doesn't he?
Well,
you have no proof.
Andy Pettit did almost immediately.
Yeah, he did. Andy Pettit did. You know, and it's unfortunate. But you know, the fact is, we got people out there doing this, and I don't think Roger Clemens. You know, if he did, that's irrelevant. But the point is that. The guy's dedicated his life. He's defending his honor and his integrity, and I think we should give him the benefit of the doubt. We shouldn't just sit out here and say he's guilty.
Well, and besides that, he's already agreed that he's going before Congress to testify and tell them what he knows, and he says that he's going to tell the truth.
Well, I think Roger's innocent, especially for all those kids that are out there watching. I think he's got some integrity still to this day.
He's guilty.
I think you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong.
Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about something else.
Politics, that's wrong too.
Politics. The Iowa caucuses this weekend. How about that?
Well, let me tell you, I just pulled up some stuff from the internet. It was kind of interesting that Obama had 38% of the vote versus 30% for John Edwards and 29% for Clinton. And the Republican side, Huckabee, who had zero money, had 34% and Romney had 25%. That's incredible.
That's turning a tide, is what some politicos are saying. That there's a new day. Well, especially for the Democrats.
Let's talk about the Republican side first. You know, Mike Huckabee. It almost seems like he's trying to run in the footsteps of the other Arkansas governor. You know, Bill Clinton. You know, here we have another man, you know, playing another instrument, trying to, you know, appeal to the masses. You know, but I'm still not impressed with the overall party. You know, the issue we got right now with the war and everything else. You know, they can do whatever they want, but I'm not impressed.
I think the big issue with the Republican Party is going to be immigration.
That's the only issue right now.
There's such a hard line against immigrants or the undocumented. They call them illegal aliens, but really the correct way to say it is the undocumented.
Right.
Because they are here without papers. Okay, we all agree with that. But who makes a person illegal?
Right. Well,
what they've done is illegal. But they are undocumented, and I think that is going to be the key issue with the Republican Party this year.
Well, the immigration issue is impacting not only the Mexican border, because unfortunately when people think of immigration, they only think of the Mexican border. What they're really impacting is the overall economic growth of this country, because a large percentage of new business owners are immigrants. You know, they have the American dream, and they're still struggling to create something new. It's unfortunate that maybe second, third, fourth, fifth generation don't believe in the same manner, don't have the same energetic drive as the first generation immigrants may have. But the more we target permanent residents, the more we target, you know, incoming immigrants, the less economic growth this country is going to have.
And the economic growth is what has, or immigrant business is what's fueled the economy in this country, is what we should say. And we're going to be talking about that a little later in this program with some very interesting takes on Latino business.
That's right, and also we got to look at not only Latino business, but we got to look at the Asian immigrant business. It's a huge population here in Houston. If people haven't noticed, you know, the southwest side of Houston has a huge immigrant population.
That's absolutely correct. You know, the Asian community is the fastest growing community here in Houston. People don't realize that.
Most organized, got a lot of money. There you see banks up and down Bel Air, all over the place. You know, and if we target the immigrant status of these individuals, we're going to impact the economic growth and job opportunities of everyone here in this country. So
let's go back to the Iowa caucus, because I wanted to say something real quick. You know, Hillary Clinton raised $90 million. Obama raised $80 million. Mitt Romney raised $62 million. Huckabee, catch this, Huckabee raised $2 million. And he ended up in the lead in the Republican Party.
It just goes to show you that it doesn't take money to win.
Sometimes
Maybe,
it doesn't. It's all about momentum. And Obama definitely has the momentum right now.
It's about a momentum, charisma, and being able to touch the people that are out there. And he's got that charisma.
Well, let's see if they can carry this momentum to New Hampshire, because the New Hampshire primary is tomorrow.
Right.
And
we'll find out tomorrow.
And we will find out tomorrow. And then the other, Super Tuesday, of course, March the 1st. And that's a bunch of states that are going to decide who they're going to vote for.
Well, let's look at Obama and Clinton. You know, people keep comparing Obama with Clinton, but the reality is it's Obama and Edwards right now. It's not Clinton. Clinton's in third place.
Did you watch the debates?
I watched the debates last night, and I was really impressed. You know, Edwards and Obama are touching the emotional chords of the community, and Hillary is actually talking facts. You know, and I think that might be distancing some people from Hillary. They don't have any emotion. It's, you know, I would expect the emotional one to be the female. No offense to, you know, but that's the way I would perceive it. But it's Obama and Edwards.
I found Hillary on the defensive the whole night. How about you?
Yeah, I think so too.
You know, but what I'm really, you know, I wish it wasn't so, but Bill Richardson really is in last place, and I think it's, you know.
He was the only comic relief, I think, of the whole night.
Yeah, but it's unfortunate that, you know, such a talented diplomat has to be that.
Well, when you're talking about experience, and everybody's pointing to experience, especially Clinton, Richardson has experience.
Yeah. Overall,
executive experience as well.
Yeah,
You know,
he
being
is the
governor.
one. He is the one that they flew out to. What was it, Korea, when Bush went into office? You know, to get something actually taken care of. You know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, Hillary comes out. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. But locally, there's been another big story that everybody's talking about, and that is Chuck Rosenthal stepping down as district attorney.
So is he wrong? Is he
Yes,
guilty?
He's guilty. You know, it's unfortunate that all the emails and so forth, that he had to step down, but it gives other people the opportunity to run. And one of them is our former chief that's running for that position.
Chief
Sarah
Bradford.
Chief Bradford is running. And that's going to be a very interesting dynamic for the African American community, because they're going to come out to vote for Obama and Chief Brown.
In Houston, they will.
In Houston. So we're going to have more numbers of African American voters than ever before, guarantee you.
Well, you know, I think it's going to have a bigger impact not only on the African American groups, but the Latinos also, because African Americans and Latinos vote very closely together. You know, and if you have candidates and you look at the racial lines, you know, usually they don't vote for the Anglo, you know, candidate. But, you know, the other candidates on the Republican side are pretty exciting. We have that female prosecutor, the one that brought the bed out to the you know, what was it? To
Kelly.
the courtroom?
Kelly.
Kelly what?
Kelly.
Oh, we forgot her name. But,
Siegler.
but she's
Kelly
important,
Siegler.
Kelly Siegler. But, you know, she's got a lot of potential and charisma also that can attract the female vote. And, you know, and she's got her name out there. She's got name recognition.
And I believe there are more women voters in this county,
I think,
as well as across the country.
I really do think gender supersedes race in many cases, especially in one like this.
Very interesting.
Well, in Harris County, you got to keep in mind that the Republicans have had a hold on the politics here for a long, long time. It'll be interesting to see if the Democrats are able to win any of these seats.
Yeah, it would be, you know, and I heard something funny, and yesterday I went to a little Rosca de los Reyes. It was wonderful. But one guy said, you know, if you want to move forward, you know, hit D. If you want to go back, hit R, Democrat, Republican. You know, I wouldn't sit there and agree with it all the time, but there's certain issues, especially at the local level, that we really got to pay attention to.
Well, there's momentum for change in the Democratic Party, and I wouldn't doubt if it also translates to Harris County as well.
Yeah, I think there's another one, Adrian Garcia for sheriff.
That's correct. He put his name in the hat just recently, and that'll be an exciting race.
You know, I'm excited because...
Is he experienced?
He's been in the police
Is he wrong?
for 20
Is
plus
he wrong?
years.
Let me ask this guy.
He's right.
He's
He should
right.
go run.
Well, what are we going to do to support him? What are you going to do to help him?
Well, anything that we can.
All right. You know,
Very likable person. People like to be around him.
He's an
good
expert
people.
on gang tasks force. You know, he did that.
And
when he
he's
was
a
an HPD
great
officer.
speaker.
Yeah.
You know,
really
he
is.
gets out there, and it doesn't matter how many people are out in the audience, he'll make you feel like he's talking to you.
yeah. You know, and that's something that we need to address right now. And if you look at the Latino community, especially the political leaders in the Latino community, we don't have any rebel rousers. We don't have one that'll really, make you excited. And you know what? Adrian Garcia is one of them. If you hear his name that he's running for sheriff, the first thing I thought, man, that's great. But what else do we got?
I keep hearing over and over that the Hispanic community, especially here in Houston, does not have a Henry Cisneros type of leader. And maybe he can take the mantle and
It could be, but one thing that I admire about Adrian is that he's a police officer at heart. You know it. I've worked with him in several other situations, and first and foremost, you know what his profession is. You know where his passion is. Even if he is city council member, at heart, he's always been a police officer to protect and uphold the law.
And he cares about the community.
Yeah, he really does.
That's been my experience with Adrian Garcia.
And the important thing is he has the respect of the people here in Houston. And so he's going to do well. It's going to be interesting if he can raise some money, though. Because it takes money to win an election.
Well, Huckabee proved us wrong.
Huckabee, exactly. Didn't we just say that?
That's true. That's true. I could be wrong. Okay. But I'm rarely wrong.
Okay, we have it on the record that Ben Mendez is never wrong.
Or right either.
Or right either. Okay, thank you, Ben. Thank you very much.